they can call us and get more information. We get the question a lot of times. Some people will call and say, I just want to know what my benefits are. And I kind of giggle with some of the veterans because I call it the 3-hour question, because many of the benefits will vary for a veteran, specifically based on when they served, where they served, what military occupational specialty they had. A variety of other factors can change what benefits are available to them. But making the call and making people aware that they can call and ask questions. We're here to answer them.
So don't hesitate to call. I think that's, and it's the same thing is true at the senior center. If you have any questions, you're not sure whether you qualify for benefits, if you're not sure what you can do about a certain problem, it doesn't hurt to ask. And again, in both the Veterans Services Office and the Senior Center, everything is confidential. So,
Absolutely.
Anytime you have a question, give us a call or give Sarah a call in her offices. And Sarah, how can they find you?
Well, we have a website, www.metrowestveteransservices.com. And there's a contact sheet there as well. They can click and an email will come to me. My email is on the address, on the website. Our veterans agent, Jill Murray, she's on there as well. You can email us directly. You can call us. Our numbers are there. Right now, our office hours are suspended because of COVID, but we used to have a presence in each senior center, community center within the 4 towns, and conduct office hours where we could have walk-ins. So we used to have a lot of walk-in traffic. Obviously, we can't do that now, but we can make appointments. We have met people in the parking lot, and we try to set up a room that's larger. Given what's going on right now, probably that will occur less, but at the same token, email, phone calls, anytime.
Well, and we can help with that too. Hopefully, if there is a need, we can slowly open up one-on-one appointments if they have no other way of getting in touch with you.
Right.
So,
Yeah, likewise. Yes.
again, if you can't reach Sarah, reach out to the Senior Center. Our number is 508-497-9730. It's on your newsletter, which I showed you earlier. Again, I'll bring that up. But again, never hesitate to reach out, ask a question. There are services, there are programs to help, and if you find a need in any way. So, and again, all confidential. And Sarah doesn't tell me who she's talking to, and I don't tell Sarah who I'm talking to. So, that's how confidential it is. But anything that we can help with, please make sure you give us a call.
Yes, and 508-429-0629 is our main line.
Great, thank you. And we'll make sure that we do have that number at the Senior Center if they have any questions. And so Sarah, I'm going to ask you, I gave you a warning. We've been talking about our favorite comfort foods, but I'm changing that right now. What's your favorite Thanksgiving food? Since that's coming up in 2 weeks.
Cranberry relish.
Ooh, homemade?
Yes.
Now, do you make that yourself, or is this something a family member usually provides?
I make it. Yeah, it's cranberry relish. It has a little bit of tangerine, a little marmalade, a little ginger, and it's just lightly chopped and sits in the fridge for a week, and there it is.
Wow, that's great. I know my mother makes a relish, and she also makes a sauce with apples and the cranberry together. So that's like a so smooth type of thing. Yeah. I will have to say I'm still holding out for mashed potatoes and gravy. I'm sorry.
Better, but love that too.
I don't think there's anything I don't like about Thanksgiving meal. So hopefully those on this show are listening and they have already signed up. Today's the last day to sign up for the Senior Center. We're providing a Thanksgiving lunch on Wednesday, November 18th. But you need to let us know by today, but we're limited to 100 people. So I'm not sure where we are on that count. If Lisa were here right now, I'd ask her. I think we're really close to that. So if you don't get it this time, please make sure you reach out for our holiday dinner because we have a special dinner coming up in December as well. All right. So Sarah, anything else to share with us this morning?
The only other thing I can think of that I can review briefly is VA healthcare for veterans. We do get that question a lot. There are some veterans that say, "Oh, I don't want to use that. I don't want to take it away from other people." But actually, the more veterans enroll in VA health care, the better the services become and the better it is for everyone. There has been in the past income thresholds, but with COVID, they have lifted that. So now is a great time to enroll in VA healthcare.
Excellent.
We can assist completely with that.
Well, it sounds like the opportunities and options are expanding, not
There are presumptive conditions due to exposures such as Agent Orange, and we write those every day, and does help as well as getting medical care for any of the conditions. But there are some that may have gotten a service connected rating back in the 50s, 60s, 70s, and maybe the condition
months, and I hope you take advantage of it. I just did receive a call today about it, is our puzzle program. We offer the loan of a puzzle, a new to you puzzle. We have quarantined them for a couple days, so they should be fine when you get them, or for most of them have been there for quite a while. And we are happy to share with you a new puzzle because no one likes doing the same puzzle over and over and over again. So if you're looking for something new, give the Senior Center a call because we can certainly offer you new puzzles. And let's see what else we have. So the puzzles, the books. Again, keep an eye on our exercise programs. We've got a number of virtual programs, and it's all in the newsletter. You will have received that newsletter, and in there has all our contact information. And we are also continuing to do our lunch program. So our lunch program is available Tuesday through Friday, and it is $2, but we've been supported by the CARES Act and a Metro West Health Foundation grant. So that if for some reason that is still a little bit out of your reach, don't hesitate to give us a call because there are ways to work with us. So we're happy to bring that to you, or you can come by and pick it up. So speaking of food, I do want to share one of Chef Natalie's special desserts. It's an apple crumble. It's apple time, right? It's still, I've made some applesauce myself, and we'd love to have you see what she's got. I've tried a couple of her recipes, and let me tell you, they are spot on. So check out apple crumble.
Good morning. Today we're making an apple crumble, but not the typical apple crumble that you find in New England. So this is more of a French version of the apple crumble. What are you going to need? So you're going to need about 2 pounds of apples. I'm using Macintosh. I cut those into quarters, so peeled, cored, and cut into quarters. And I added about the amount of juice equal to 1 big lemon. So you squeeze a lemon and you add the juice. That keeps the color from turning brown basically, but it also adds a little bit of acidity, which we want, and the juice that we want to cook these. So we're gonna pre-cook these a little bit before we make the crumble. So you can add actually a teaspoon of cinnamon to this. So I will, because we like cinnamon. You can skip that if you're not a big fan of cinnamon. To make the crumble, I'm going to need a stick of butter, which is half a cup of butter, 1 cup of flour, half a cup of sugar, 2 tablespoons of almond flour, 1 egg yolk, and a little pinch of salt, and 1 teaspoon of almond extract. Now, if you're allergic to nuts, you can't have almonds, you can definitely skip the almond and the almond extract. So you don't have to. I do find that it gives a special taste to this crumble. It's absolutely delicious, but that of course is optional. So I'm gonna put this on the stove and let it cook for about maybe 10 minutes. We'll see how it goes. We want the apples to get a little tender, but not too mushy, basically. All right, so while these apples are cooking, I also turn my oven on at 350 degrees. I'm waiting for it to warm up. We're gonna work on our dough. So it's a cookie dough, but it's a crumbly cookie dough. So I take my half cup of butter and I'm going to mix in my flour and my sugar. Put it all together. My almonds can go in there as well. And my little pinch of salt, 1, 2, 3, that's all I need. I don't need a whole lot. And then, no, I'll save that for last. So I'm gonna start mixing my butter with my hands. It gives the best results because you don't want the butter to be too melted. Like I said, you want it to be crumbly. So once it's a little bit mixed, just a little bit mixed like this, you can add your teaspoon of almond extract and your egg yolk. So it's not a whole lot of eggs, so we're gonna make sure it's all in there, and then you keep on mixing. And you still want to keep that crumbly consistency. So it's actually good exercise for your hand if you have arthritis in your hand. This feels actually pretty good. All right, so this looks pretty good. The apples have started breaking down, but they're not all the way broken down. So now I'm going to pour the apples into my dish. Oh, nice and full. Push it down a bit because there's spaces. Here we go. Perfect. And here's the thing. Now we have our dough. This is what the dough looks like. So it's between crumbly and soft. But as you put the dough onto your crumble, what you're going to do is just really break it down again. So as you place it, you just put clumps on it. So if you have extra dough, that means you can make a second crumble. So here we go. I didn't get to use all my dough. That's okay. I can make a mini crumble later or whatever, save it for later, or make a cookie out of it because it's cookie dough really. And this is what you end up with. So I'm gonna pop this in the oven for, I'm gonna start with 20 minutes. I wanna see, because it's a new oven for me, so I just wanna make sure I got it right. It could be 30 minutes, but we'll start with 20 and see how that goes. Because what you want is this to be browned. and the apples will continue cooking, but not too much. All right, so it beeped. I had to add another 10 minutes, so this would have to cook for 30 to 35 minutes. And here we are. We have a beautiful crumble with cookie dough on top. It's actually delicious. You can serve it with whipped cream or ice cream, a la mode. So enjoy. I hope you enjoyed as much as we do, but this is our favorite crumble out of all.
Oh my, so that looks really good to me. I guess I know I better find out if I have any apples and can make some apple crumble today. So again, as always, we're glad you're here. We hope that you found some information that you find useful. But, as we go through COVID, please know that we're doing our best to bring more things to you. And we're hoping that we can slowly open up services, more and more programs at the senior center. It's a slow process. And working with the health department, we want to make sure we do it safely because we want you all to be safe. And that's our continued and always thought. So in the meantime, please stay active, keep moving. That's the biggest part, whether it's mental, physical, all of that is important. But remember, we want you to stay safe. So wear your mask when you're out in public, practice social distancing, and wash those hands. And again, keep moving with the Senior Center.